Hello and welcome to this follow-on tutorial to the tutorial about using the quick starts with the presets in Adobe After Effects. This is going to use some slightly more hidden effects that we can use that will just start our project from nothing, give us things to start to work with, projects that we can start with, and also expressions that we can apply to our projects to make our projects look really good even when we don't know an awful lot about what we're doing, but we can still do it if we use the templates. So we do it the same way. I've got After Effects open, mine's CS5. You can click over here in the Effects and Presets panel, click on the little panel menu here once, then go down to Browse Presets. And that will take you back to Adobe Bridge, and there are our presets. So we've got Program Files, Adobe CS5, Support Files, Presets, and we've seen these in the previous tutorial. Now I want you to go back one stage and click on Support Files, and then I want you to look for a folder called Templates. Double click on Templates and you will find a whole series of After Effects templates, or projects if you like, that are animatable or animating and ready for you to modify and apply in your own projects. You can click on these templates, they're After Effects templates, you click on them and they'll open in After Effects and you can use them immediately and change them however you like. More than that, there are these what they call DVD menus over here. Double click on those, double click on one of the folders, and you have something that's very interesting. You don't have to use it as a DVD menu, you can use it as a background to your own project. It's animated, it works. Have a play, there's quite a lot of them to actually muck around with. But what I really want to show you here is one called Expressions Sampler, and it's an After Effects template. Click on that and you look at it and you think, oh, I'm not sure I'd really want to use that in my project, it's rather boring. But actually this is going to be the basis of being able to make some of our projects look really good by using the expressions that are inside this little template. So double click on the expressions template and it opens up a whole bunch of compositions in our After Effects project panel, and we can look at all the bits and pieces. So let's start at the bottom. We've got Wobble Bounce. So if we double click that to open, take our timeline back to the beginning and hit play, you can see it bouncing and wobbling like jelly. This is actually very hard to do with standard keyframe animation. You really do need expressions to do this. We can have look at another one. We can have, say, Jiggle. Click Jiggle. We can just giving you that jelly look, which, as I say, is very hard to do. We want to apply this to our project. Now there are a whole load more which you can look at yourself. I'm just going to show you the basic workflow because it's not absolutely straightforward. The basic workflow to take this effect, this expressions, and apply it to your own items in your own project. So let's just look at one more. Jiggle at marker. Now what we're saying is when it hits a marker, the item is going to jiggle. And that sounds a good one for us because we can control when our jiggle takes place if we do it on the marker. So we're just going to look at one layer. We don't need to look at all of these layers. So let's shy these other layers that we don't want to see. You just click and drag on this little shy guy here until his head's down, and then you can click up here in the timeline, hide all layers, click, they've all gone, we've just left with the one. We want to see what's inside of it. Now there is going to be an effect and an expression. So to see the effect, just hit the E key once, or alternatively, if you haven't got your effects and preview panel like me, click Window, Effects Control, and then when you have the layer selected you can see that you have this one effect which is called Jiggle at Marker, and this is a particular effect that's been applied. You don't need to understand what it is, you won't find it if you type it in over here. It's a modified effect specifically used for this particular expression, but we can still use it. Simply select it, do a Control C or Command C or an edit copy. Now let's go and create a new composition of our own. So new composition, call it My Jiggle. It's 5 seconds long, PAL widescreen square pixel, that's fine with me. Click OK, and let's create a shape layer. So let's just click on this square, nothing selected, and we can draw a shape layer. And the only thing I really want to do is move this anchor point. I'd like the anchor point to be at the bottom, so I'm going to get the pan behind tool here, click the anchor point, pull it down, and then I'm going to click on my shape layer, and you'll see that the anchor point for the shape layer is also at a different place. I need to move that one. So you've got the shape layer anchor point, and you've got the sort of the composition anchor point. There we go. Anchor point's now in the right place. We can now select that layer, and if you remember when we were back at Jiggle at Marker, we did a Control C or a copy of the jiggle. So now we can go to our jiggle, and we can, with the layer selected, do a Control V or a paste, Command V on Mac, and the jiggle has been applied. That effect has been applied, but as yet nothing's happened. Now let's go back to Jiggle at Marker, and let's hit UU. We can see everything that's taken place. The alternative you could have hit was EE to get just the expression. But what we can see is the expression has been applied to scale. And to see the expression, you need to get that little double arrow at the bottom of the layer, pull it all the way down, and you can see the whole expression has quite a lot to it. But all we need to do is click once, so it's all selected, Control C or Command C on a Mac, copy, go back to our jiggle, open up our transforms and find scale, Alt click or Option click on the Mac or Alt click on the PC, so it opens up the expression dialog box, and hit Control or Command V to paste it in there, and it is all in there, it's all gone in there, and then hit return, not on your main keyboard but on your number pad. Hit return, and it's now in there. Still nothing's going to happen because we haven't put a marker in. So let's go to 20 frames, select our layer, and then hit the asterisk key on the number pad, and now we have a marker. Let's pull this down and let's see if it's made any difference. There you go. When it got to the marker, it did this lovely jelly wiggle. Now of course, because it's at a marker, we can do other animation too. So for instance, we can animate position. Just click the stopwatch and move it off screen. Just move the Y till it's up off screen, and then come to the marker and pull it down to where you want it to be. Now when we do our animation, it falls into place, and as it hits the ground it wobbles. Still, the workflow is exactly the same for whichever one of these individual ones you want to do. All you need to do is decide which one you want. So let's say bounce at marker. Just select one layer, so shy all the other layers. Hit the shy guys so they're gone. Hit E to see the effect. Copy and paste that effect to your layer. And then if you hit EE, you'll get just the expression. You can hit UU to see everything, but EE will give you just the expression. You can see where it's applied, so it's applied to position. You can actually see where the whole of the expression is, but just click it once, Control copy or Command copy, copy it, and then go to your composition. You would do an Alt click on position then, and you would do Control V or Command V, paste your expression in, hit return on your number pad, and then with the marker you've applied the effect and the expression, and you're good to go, and it looks very, very effective. Now it's a slightly complicated workaround, but it's an easy way to use some of these very powerful expressions which ship with After Effects for you to use. So have a play. You might need to work through this tutorial a few times just to get a feel for what's going on, but there's an awful lot you can do and an awful lot of fun that can be had. I hope you found this useful. My name's Andrew Davis. Thank you for watching.